Madam President and distinguished members of the court, it is a privilege to appear before the court on behalf of South Africa. I will address Israel's genocidal intent. At this stage, the court is not required to determine that the only inference to be drawn from the available evidence is genocidal to order provisional measures, as that is to decide the merits. Rather, the assessment of the existence of an intent to destroy could be made by the court only at the stage of the examination of the merits. That some of the alleged acts may also amount to atrocities other than genocide does not exclude the finding of plausible acts of genocide.
Hello, my people. Do you remember how South Africans, they were willing to upset Israel and upset Donald Trump and other people when they went ahead to sue Israel for the treatment of Palestine? You know, they took it upon the whole country. You know, the government of South Africa took it upon themselves to go to UN to sue Israel or pass a resolution on Israel to condemn what they are doing to Palestine. They didn't hesitate to do that. But look at what is happening today in South Africa. How they don't, the government, they keep quiet, you know. Even the good South Africans, they stay stupidly quiet, you know, quiet, stupid, you know. Look at how they are treating their fellow Africans, you know. And it's too bad because those people, those Palestine, they are championing. They're not gonna come and help them if South Africa, you know, they got they got another oppression, you know, because they suffered apartheid. I think what is happening in South Africa today is might be as a result of apartheid, you know, because there is psychological damage that comes with this kind of treatment they undergone. And when you have this kind of treatment, you want to show this kind of treatment on on your fellow Africans that have the same skin color with you. You know what I mean? I can understand if they don't, if people are coming to their country in an illegal way, you know, I can understand their frustration. But for them to take their law into their hands and start, as what we are seeing online, how they are beating these people up, even those people, they don't even differentiate now. As long as you don't speak their native language and your skin color is black or is African, you are into trouble. They're not gonna have pity on you. But they rather represent the campaign for the operation of Palestine to stop, you know, than their own people in Africa, that there are people there, those ruffians there, you know, they are mistreating other Africans just because they happen to be in their country. You know what I mean? You know, if you don't like that some of them are there, they're supposed to be there, you don't have to take laws into your hands and beat them. You're going to hold your government responsible. You know what I mean? You're going to go and put people in that will represent you, that will do something about it. Not you taking hands, you know, demonstrating because of your fellow Africans, you know, for them to leave your country. And we see this kind of hatred of their own skin, everything that not their own skin, they are willing to go and help them, like what they did in UN. They went and they started, you know, passing a resolution to condemn what is happening in Israel, how Israel is treating Palestinians, you know. But now that some of their people are treating their fellow Africans bad, they are most of them stayed quiet because they like it secretly, but even though some of them would deny it. I'm not saying like There's some of them that are vocally against it. What's happening? They are not happy and they are speaking out. But the thing is that most of the people that are speaking out, they are just a tiny minority, you know. And I see it in my last video I did about this, what's happening in South Africa, because I see some comment from South Africans, you know, what they're commenting, you know, they're happy with what their people are doing, you know. They're quite happy and and they are vocal majority, you know, that they just want other African countries to go out of their country. And the stuff is that they don't even, as they want other African countries to leave their country, they don't have problem with Indians or Chinese coming to their country, or the Westerners coming to their country. Which, if African countries are leaving their country and other people they are happy to bring other people because maybe they have money, you know, when they come, when others people come with money, you know, they're gonna control you as what they're doing, you know, like 80% of your land, it doesn't belong to you. You know what I mean? It's quite sad to hear that some people, where they call their home, their land doesn't belong to you. You're telling other people to leave your land, but you're like a foreigner in your own land. That's what it is, because if you don't own your land, what do you own? You don't have anything. You're paying rent for somebody that doesn't even resemble you. And those people, those non-Africans that are happy with what is going on, like, oh, you know, this is good that these people, because it's just like America, those MAGA people that support Trump, or they want to deport people, they want to close borders, you know, even though even the mass migration, they are the people that even that practice it, you know. The West are the people, the West and the Arabs are the people that practices mass migration, and when they are mass migrating, they don't care about law, or they violate even the natives. They violate their land, they take everything by force. Now they don't want the same thing to happen. And some of them that might be happy that South Africans, if they live in South Africa, something like that is that no one should support something like that. I have experience, you know, because now that the South Africans are turning against the Africans, maybe because now they're turning against Africa, time is coming when they're going to turn against anyone. You know what I mean? They will reach a point, if you're supporting them. I think, oh, I'm not Africans, I'm in South Africa, they don't complain about me. Time is coming when they're going to complain about it. That's 100% sure they will do it. I've seen this with experience. Like, if you see somebody online and maybe the person comes from your tribe, or is a black person, and they keep talking about other groups, other tribes, is keep and maybe because the person is your tribe and you're supporting the person, you know, and you know that the person is just make his own talking point about condemning other tribes, finding fault. The problem for you supporting that person because it's from your tribe is that one day that person that's doing the same thing will turn against your own, his or her own tribe, turn against it. That's why it's not good to support people that do stuff like that. You know, people that don't have nuance in how they tackle issues. You know, every issues have some nuance. You know, even some South Africans that are being like livid, or you know, some of them have legitimate grievance. You know what I mean. But what we don't want to see is that when you have that grievance, it's just for particular people, not you just target some few people. You know, with your grievance, which is so wrong. Peace.